Hello, this is Dr. Stanley Lang. Welcome to this video on this series in chronic Lyme disease. And the next video we're going to talk about is how does the biome actually contribute to chronic Lyme disease? What's the mechanism that causes that to happen? So remember, I talked about the biome being a community of 1,500 plus species of bacteria, of trillions of bacteria, over 5,000 species of fungi, a very complicated ecosystem going on in each person's GI tract. And when it's thrown out of balance, it throws the body's immune system out of balance because it throws the GI tract's ability to regulate what goes through it out of balance. So I'm running through hours of lecture in a couple of seconds of comments, but the point being, when you throw that balance out in the gut, you affect the immune system. And if you affect the immune system, you affect your body's ability to fight Lyme disease the way you otherwise can if everything's working right. So the things that affect that biome the most right now are the chemicals that we put on our food. Chief among those chemicals is a chemical called glyphosate. So glyphosate is the main ingredient in a weed killer called Roundup, and so Roundup is a backyard weed killer, but it's also used heavily on much of the food that we eat. It's used on many of the grains. It's used on corn, on alfalfa, which is fed to animals, and so you have all of this Roundup that is being used. Which Roundup was actually an antibiotic before it was a weed killer. And so it's very capable of killing lots of different bacteria, which is why it has such a powerful effect in disrupting the biome. And so if you want to do something about your susceptibility to Lyme disease, you need to cut the glyphosate out of your diet as much as possible. And so that means you need to be aware of where the glyphosate is. So that kind of discussion is way beyond this video, but the point is become alert to the idea that glyphosate is the main player in terms of disrupting the biome. But what happens is that as the main player, it then even sets you up for much more susceptibility to other chemicals that are also sprayed on food. So there's a lot of other pesticides and herbicides that are sprayed on vegetables and fruit, and that are sprayed on grain crops and absorbed into the grains. And all of these things become more easily absorbed into the body when glyphosate has been there first and done the damage first. So glyphosate is the chief culprit, but the other chemicals they're part of the train that is sort of running through your bowel, through the bowel to the immune system on the other side of the bowel. And you have to control that if you want to control this development of chronic Lyme disease. Or if you've got chronic Lyme disease, if you want to try to control it using natural strategies, that has to be controlled or nothing will be successful in the long run. And you can throw buckets of antibiotics at yourself, but you won't get better and stay better. So the other thing that glyphosate does is it interrupts the communication between the bacteria themselves. They have a very sophisticated system of communicating, and it's completely disrupted by this glyphosate. So it's really critical that you cut out the glyphosate if you want to be healthier with your ability and develop an ability for your own body to deal with the Lyme disease that may be part of your chronic symptoms. So I hope you found this helpful. In the next video, we're going to talk about something called EMF and its effect on Lyme disease. So I wish you all God bless, and talk to you later.